ladies and gents, boys and girls, and other assorted superheroes. Today we're going to look at how to create a simple program drum part using the key editor in Cubase, and this is part 1 of 2 tutorials. If you're one of my rock school students, you will want to open up your project from your named drive first, the project you created in the new project tutorial. Okay, let's go. So the first thing you want to do is create a new instrument track. Project, add track, instrument. And we're going to use Groove Agent. Groove Agent SE. Add track. And wait for that to load. Here we go. Let's choose a kit then. You can choose whichever kit you want to. You spend some time doing this. I'm going to play around with the kits, trying out the pads. I'm going to go for House Kit 2. Yep, I like that. Okay, so let's start with the kick drum first. Let's come up here and label this track. Make a note of the key in the right hand corner of the pad. Two kicks to choose from. I'm going to go kick 1, I prefer that one I think. Make a note of that. C1 in my case, yours may be different. C1. We're going to create a 2-bar loop I think, so if you take your cursor, left click and drag out. Make sure that the snap icon up here is turned on, and then your markers will snap right on the bars. So make sure they're right on number 1 and start at bar number 3 up here. Double click to create an empty part, and double click again to take you into the key editor. Your window may or may not look like mine. Let me close this transport panel out of the way. If you wish to bring that back, transport panel is up here. Turn it on and off there. Down in the bottom right hand corner of the window you can zoom in or out as you wish, and the same vertically as well. So C1, that's what we're after. You'll see each of the notes triggers a different sample in the kits you selected in Groove Agent. So C1 is my kick drum note. Go back and check if you've forgotten yours. I'm going to grab the pencil tool up here and draw my notes in, and I think we'll just do a basic 4 on the floor pattern. So that's a kick drum note on beats 1, 2, 3 and 4 in each bar. Turn the transport panel on. Double click. Again, I've lost that window. There we go. Press play. There we go. Let's turn the loop on here, and that will play back round around the markers. Like so. The space bar will also start and stop playback. Okay, fine, we'll leave that as it is for the moment. Close that window. Let's create another instrument track. If you're one of my rock school students, you will, on your iMac, want to hold down Control at the bottom left of your keyboard and left click, and that will bring up this menu. If you're on a PC, if you right click, the same menu will appear. Add instrument track. Select Groove Agent again. Groove Agent SE. Add track. And we'll do a snare part this time. There we go. Again, choose another kit. Again, spend some time having a listen to them. Find one with a flavour you like. I think I'm going to stick with my House Kit 2. There it is. Snare. I've got 2 to choose from again. Just snare 1, snare 2. I'm going to go with snare 2 on E1. So again, make a note of the number that's the key note that's relevant to your kit. Making sure that the snare track's selected, double click just here between the markers and double click again to take you to the grid editor. Scroll down, find E1. If it's not already, come up to the window layout icon and make sure that the status line is turned on. That way, as you move your mouse around the keyboard, this window here will show you which note you're currently on. That may or may not be helpful. E1. So let's add these on counts 2 and 4. I suggest you do the same with a snare drum. Beats in 4 also called the backbeat. There we go, pretty simple house beat, I suppose. Great, we'll leave that as it is for the moment. Let's create another track. So if you're a rock school student, you'll want to hold down Control on the bottom left of your keyboard and left click. On a PC, you will right click and add instrument track. Guess what? Groove Agent SE. Add track. Okay, again, choose a kit. I'm going with house kit again. But you choose whatever you wish. And we're looking for a hi-hat sample this time. There we go. Depending on what kit you choose, it might just say HH instead. HH closed. Hi-hat closed, that's what we're after. I've only got one choice this time. F#1, make a note of that again. F#1, yours is probably the same. Label our tracks. Stay organised so we know where we are. Double click again to go to the grid editor and F#1. Just there. Okay. So with your pencil tool again, draw on your notes. You want to avoid what I'm doing right now. And creating a fairly square, straight rhythm. It sounds alright, it works, does the job, but it's not particularly interesting. Instead, I'm just right clicking here to bring up this menu. If you're on a Mac and one of my rock school students, you will want to hold the Control key and left click. Same menu is up here also, but with the arrow tool, left click, drag around all of the notes and hit delete on your keyboard. You want to try and create a syncopated hi-hat part. Syncopated means in between the beats, off beat, in between the gaps, if you like. F#1. Let's give it another go. You can spend as much time doing this as you want to. You can pause the video while you play around with your ideas. Yeah, not really feeling that. Let's give it another go. Yeah, I think that's better. There we go, syncopation. Notes in between the beats, not on counts 1, 2, 3 or 4 generally. Gives it a much better groove, a much better feel. Okay, I'm going with that. You can spend some time playing with that. I should also mention that you may or may not have a click in the background as you play your project. Down here on the transport bar, you can turn the metronome on and off. The letter C on your keyboard will also turn it on and off. Leave mine off. Okay, close that window. Great, like that. Let's create another instrument track. Groove Agent. SE. Add track. Let's do a second hi-hat part. Let's label that track. Keep ourselves organised. Who hat. Who indeed. Hi-hat 2. There we go. Select a different kit this time. Try and find a contrasting hi-hat part. Hi-hat sample. A hi-hat that sounds different to your first part. Let's try house kit 1 this time. See what that gives us. Again, HH closed or hi-hat closed. Is that different? Yeah, F sharp 1. Okay, you might have a different note name here, so make a note of whatever yours may be. F sharp 1. Double click here, double click again. There we go. Okay, let's pause the video there and move on to part 2.